All right, Jeff from RV Diagnostics. We're on a roll here with the air conditioners. Some of you are don't even know it when you bought your AC or bought the RV that the fan positions in the condenser and the evaporator were not properly installed. Remember, these are slammed together at a factory. All right, get it done. And they test them, and they cool, and they got a difference of 20 degrees between the inlet and outlet, and they ship it. All right, some of them even check amp draw, the motors. Well, I'm going to show you this one. This is a condenser fan on the 15K that we've been doing. Now, that don't mean they won't work. That just means if there's not enough airflow across the condenser coils, it does not get rid of the heat, and it overworks the compressor. It overworks everything. All right, it's not running efficient. It might even, I've seen them overload the compressor because it's working too hard. It can't get rid of the heat. If the heat increases pressure, temperature and pressure are proportional. Temperature goes up, pressure goes up. Temperature goes down, pressure goes down. Your compressor, that's the key word, compressor, you want to call it compressor, then it builds up heat because it gets hot. And I've even seen the overload switch on top of them cut out and cool off, and then it will come back on. And so here we go. Y'all think I'm crazy, but this really works. You might want to get up there and check yours out, because if it isn't working as efficient. And we all know at these factories, they just slap this stuff together. There's no more craftsmanship. Now, you say, well, how do I know this? So, been around a while. I got some RV owners that are high-vac professionals. And when they replace the fan or the motor, the condenser motor outside, they have to position the fan just right. And they measure the head pressure, or how much the high side is. So if you're not getting rid of enough heat on a given day, the head pressure goes up. If it's cooling properly, it comes down. Now, a lot of them, they adjust the blade to where they get, let's say they measure 180 psi or whatever, right? They drop it down to about 150, 155. Well, they've been around. They've been doing it for years, so they kind of know each model, and there's specs on them. You can look it up that way, but sometimes you got to put in what you got. All right, so this was the condenser I was talking about the other day. Remember, examine the coils and all that, and the tubes. That's what the Freon runs through. This is a R410. Now, here's the fan blade. Now, I measured from this tip to this tip. It was 4.5 inches. Then I put a white mark, 2 1/4. All right, that's in the middle of the fan blade. You're like, well, yeah, okay. So it's supposed to line up with the cowl right here. So it could line up with this or this. That's a little plus or minus. So if I tap it in just a little bit, kind of get in the middle there. Oh, went too far. There you go. So there's the white mark right on the edge there. I like to be in the middle, so I'll play with it a little. Oh, there you go. All right, now you're going to say, holy crap, I can't tell that. Well, I'm going to show you something. Watch this. This is how far it was off. See the shiny shaft in there? That's how far in this was. All right, so it wasn't moving enough air. All right, I didn't say it wasn't cooling. Okay, so now, I'll undo that right there, and I'll clamp that back down, and I'll spin this bad boy. And remember, it came from the factory, so there'll be probably about a 1/2 inch gap right there all the way around. Remember what I told you? I take and make it more quieter. I rebend this, and I put a heavy-duty piece of rubber under there, and it isolates the sound, because this sound is transmitted through this metal right here, which becomes acoustic, and the sound goes out this hole right here. All right, so yeah, I'm a little anal. I got some quiet ACs for rooftop units, and they're more efficient. So positioning the fan properly on the condenser side, we'll talk about the evaporator later, depending on what fan you got. scroll type, squirrel, that's what we call squirrel cages, right? Because the little guy runs inside one. Or the blade type. For you hot rod guys, you remember that. You had to put spacers in there, get the fan blades closer to the radiator and kind of centered in the cowl to cool the engine more efficient. So it does work. It's the same principle anywhere. That's probably why Dyson vacuum cleaner does really good, because they really pay attention to this stuff. Has to do with pneumatics, the study of gases. Air is a gas. So MECHP, MECP rule. Go ahead and learn it on my video. It's on the playlist MECP. All right, so back to this video. It was a short one. We had to adjust this fan to get the most flow. Here's a couple ways I can do it. Unfortunately, this one, I can't tap into the high and low side and check your pressures. But I can tell the difference with an airflow meter, right? All right, so that, turn that thing on. It'll tell me how CFM's flowing. But trust me, this works. So you ain't got all that. Just do it. Folks, thank you very much for listening to me, for making your AC as efficient as possible. The other way to make it efficient as possible, especially out in Arizona and dusty areas, clean your darn condenser and evaporator. I'll be going over that. So thank you very much. Yeah, that was the lesson before. There's humidity out there. There's the unit I'm working on. All right, 15K. It don't matter if it's 13.5, 15. I remember the old, even I think 8Ks. That's going back a couple years. So for them little bitty old RVs. Thank you very much, Jeff from RV Diagnostics. Remember the motto: test not guess. Remember, subscribe. I think I'm getting ready to hit 7,500 members. All it needs like 50 more members. I'm giving away $6,800 in free one-year memberships, 40 of them, to my one-on-one website where I troubleshoot watching you. There's plenty of people. You can go to the playlist testimonial videos. Folks, I could put thousands of you up there, but they're pretty much saying the same thing. It really works. It saves them a lot of money. And what's more important is they learn. You're not a captured audience at an RV repair place. You'll learn. Now, do I expect you to take cylinder heads off a diesel or a gas engine? No, but you can troubleshoot 80 to 85% of the stuff that's on an RV. Save yourself a ton of money. Thank you very much, Jeff from RV Diagnostics. Safe travels. May your campfires burn bright till we meet again. Hopefully we meet at 22480 Biloxim, that's with an X, Biloxim School Road, Seaford, Delaware, 19973. Get a hold of me maybe by putting a comment down if you want to come. I have 50 amp water, sewage. I have a mini campground here. I can hook like 2 or 3 of you up. I keep one of you in a garage, go over thing. I let you make personal videos. Hopefully you don't put them on the YouTube channel. They're for your RV. We can go over everything hands-on. I would say roughly 90 to 95% hands-on. I make people take apart their hydronic heaters, Aqua Hot, Oasis, Hydro Hot, Hurricane. I make them take it apart, put it back together. That's the only way you're going to learn. That's what you got to do when you're out there. You got to service these things, just like this air conditioner. That fan was way off, folks. They just slapped that bad boy. Did it work? Yeah. Did it work as efficient? No. So you're using more amperage, more electricity. You're overworking the components of it, which means it don't last as long. All right. Thank you very much, Jeff from RV Diagnostics. Hey, we beat the 10-minute mark.